Canine Companions for Independence is a nonprofit that provides highly trained assistance dogs free of charge to people with disabilities. At their national headquarters in Santa Rosa, California, the work starts before puppies are even born. They work hard to meticulously select and pair dogs for breeding. Litters are then raised in homes with volunteers. At the same time, a request for an application is submitted online. As the applicant's paperwork is being filled out and sent, the quickly growing 8-week-old pups are placed with volunteer puppy raisers where they will be cared for and learn basic socialization and obedience skills. Before applicants are accepted to receive a dog, they go through a multi-step interview process, including a phone interview, medical paperwork, and an in-person interview. Accepted applicants are put on a wait list until they are invited to a team training class to be matched with an assistance dog. When the dogs are fully grown, they leave their puppy raisers and return to Canine Companions to work with skilled professional trainers to learn advanced commands and tasks. Then comes the day when the person and dog meet for the first time. Here at Team Training, the newly matched team learn to work together and training continues until they graduate as new partners. Canine Companions will continue to follow up with the pair for the lifetime of the placement, serving as a support system for the team. Canine Companions for Independence has been providing assistance dogs to people with disabilities free of charge since 1975.
Please welcome to the stage Southwest Region Executive Director, Simi Balter.
Good afternoon and welcome. I have the privilege of being the Executive Director for the Southwest Region of Canine Companions, and it truly is a privilege. Our mission is to provide highly trained assistance dogs to children, adults, and veterans with disabilities at no charge. Canine Companions has graduated over 6,100 teams since 1975. And today, nationally, we are celebrating 69 new teams, 2 of which are veterans, and we have 197 puppies matriculating into professional training. I find spring to be such a joyful time of year. At Canine Companions, we get to experience joy all year long because we believe in the joyful, transformative power of the human-canine partnership. Aren't we so incredibly fortunate to be part of a community whose main purpose is to bring joy to other people's lives? Think about the most joyful moment you experienced before you became part of the Canine Companions community. I would bet that the joy in your life amplified the moment you made a commitment to the mission of Canine Companions. Puppy raisers, did you feel joy when you first met the 8-week-old puppy you were going to raise? Did it bring a smile to your face when the puppy came bounding around the corner in response to your here command? How did you feel when you got the call from our lovely puppy program manager, Becky Hine, and found out that the dog you raised was matched with his human partner? And puppy raisers of the 9 dogs graduating today, how do you feel knowing you played a huge role in someone else's life transformation? Graduates, how did you feel when you got accepted to be part of the Canine Companions program? Was it a joyful moment for you? How about that moment in team training class when you were matched with a dog that was going to be your new canine partner? How did it feel when you witnessed your child truly experience unconditional love? Or when he was no longer invisible to the public or slept through the night for the first time in years? What did it feel like when you dropped your car keys and you didn't have to ask someone to pick them up for you because your dog was there to perform that task for you? Or when your dog gave you the confidence to leave your house again, when you no longer felt alone or scared? Did you feel joy? To everyone who took the time to celebrate this joyful occasion with us, trust me when I tell you, you will be back. Because once you enter this community, you can't help but make a strong commitment to it. we could not make these joyful moments happen without our generous donors. Please see the donors listed in your graduation program as well as behind me on the screen. A special thank you to our May class sponsor, the Julian and Vera Wells Foundation. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank Catherine DiBonardi, the Lyndon Root Dickinson Foundation, Westcom Credit Union, B&B Supply Incorporated, George S. and Dolores Doré Eccles Foundation, and Sarah Roach. Thank you all so much for being part of the Canine Companions family and for all that you do to make the world a better place, one dog person match at a time. We also heavily lean on our volunteers to accomplish our mission. I would like to introduce one of those very special volunteers, Southwest Region Board President Sandra Thiedemann, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Okay, hang on a second. I can't start until I decorate the podium. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, I think this is a golden retriever. Let's see if it behaves itself. There we go. Okay, this may be a yellow Labrador. There we go. See, okay. Now this one, yes, it kind of sparkly actually. I don't know if he's going to stay. Here we go. Stay. Oh man, stay. Okay, wish me luck. Okay. We'll get back to the plush pups in a couple of minutes. But right now, so great to see you all here. And let me thank our other board members. We've got Dr. Susan Ryan. Where are you? I spotted you. There you are. Jane Rieger, right next to her. And Cheryl Ishizaki. Cheryl, at the back. There you are. Lovely. And I know we've got some board members streaming in on live stream and watching us too. So thanks to them for all that they do. Now, I've got a couple of things I need to cover. And but before I do that, I do have an announcement to make. So give me a second. I've got to get some data in order to do that announcement. Okay. Now, I don't want to alarm you, but do you realize that there is only 35 hours and 9 minutes left to shop for Mother's Day? And now, let me ask you, how many of you in this room have either not bought a gift, forgot to send a card, are sending flowers but not sure they're really going to be that nice, or have bought something that just isn't quite right or quite enough? Raise your hand if that's the case. Oh my gosh, you're doing... Oh, well, about a third of you. Well, let me add to that to frighten you some more. We know that Father's Day is on June 16th, not far to go till then. And then those pesky graduations, right? Whether it's junior high or high school or college or graduate school, what do you get these people? And, you know, and young people, and this really bothers me these days, do you know that most young people, no, I'll take that back, all young people, all they want to receive as a gift is a generic gift card, right? And how do you wrap that up and make it interesting? So I'm going to rescue you from these shopping challenges so that you don't suddenly jump up and run off and go to the mall. Because we have here several ways that you can find a gift that's going to be absolutely perfect for the person that you need to buy for. So I'm going to give you two of them, and then we're going to talk about another way that you can participate in a drawing that's going to be very good. But one of the things that goes with all three of these options is plush pups. And I think we should have a plush pup demo, don't you think? Let's go for it. We've got our plush, oh, here we go, a modeling of the... There we go. It's a nice cape. There we go. Oh, it's also functions as a lovely wristlet or whatever we would call that. Very nice. Excellent. Thank you, Joanna. Excellent. Now, there's several ways that you can get one of these things. Now, one way doesn't have to do with giving a gift so much, but it's a cool thing we've got going today. If you stop off at one of those tables out there on your way out, give a little bit of your contact information, you'll be signing up for a drawing. And they're going to be doing a drawing, and if you're the one that's drawn, you get one of those plush pups. Yes, it's true. Maybe a well-behaved one, and Canine Companion magnet. So be sure to stop off and do that. And there's two other ways that you can do it. Canine Companions has this really neat program called Monthly Miracle Makers. And a Monthly Miracle Maker is a person that signs up to donate a certain amount of money every month to Canine Companions for Independence. And we have a special arrangement again today due to these holidays that are coming up. If you stop off there again, it's super easy to do. Sign up for as little as $15, okay? And you will be donating the $15. And in reality, you can, when it becomes inappropriate for you, you can stop it. But for now, you can sign up for $15 and you will get a plush pup right then on the spot. And you can put it in the name of the person you're trying to honor. And you can also wrap up the puppy, give it to them as the gift, and they will also receive a card personalized from Canine Companions saying that you did this. And it's really a wonderful extra gift to give to someone. And I was thinking about the graduates too. You can do the same thing with them, is to get them the plush pup and give it to them as a graduation gift. And the theme here, I mean, think about it. I had this idea going, and I didn't think about this till like this morning, that your mother or father did things for you to change your life and to make your life better. So what better way to say to them, thank you for that, than to donate to an organization that changes lives itself? It's almost a paying it forward theme. And the graduate, what do we want to say to our graduates? We want to say to them, all graduates, you're going to do something for the world. You're going to change the world. You're going to make the world a better place. So what better way to reward a graduate for all their effort than to donate to an organization that changes lives? It works, and I really encourage you to do it. But if your taste runs not so much to the monthly gift, but to the concrete, if that's the way you're thinking, we've got a second option for you. We have got down at Canine Companions, right down here in Oceanside, a tribute garden. And until May 31st, we are selling tiles to go in that tribute garden. They start at $250 and go up, and you can make a very tangible tribute to the person there. And what's so neat about this particular tribute garden, it's not like it's hidden someplace, like you need to get in and it needs to be business hours or you need to find your way to it. Every single person that goes to Canine Companions, do you agree with me, those of you that know where it is, walk past it to get to the front door. So we've got 32 of those, I think, to sell. Stop off back there. You'll get, yes, a plush pup, and the honor of knowing that your person is honored in that tribute garden. Lots of opportunities. Please feel free to ask us more questions about it. It's a special time for the season. As Simi said, spring is so wonderful, and these opportunities that we have to give and to, at the same time, support Canine Companions for Independence. So, sign up for the drawing. Consider being a miracle maker. Consider doing a tile in the tribute garden. Lots of options, and we've got our wonderful staffer, Carrie, back there, and volunteers that will help you out. So, welcome to our CCI community. These are ways you can be part of it, ways that you can contribute and learn more about it. So we're very, very grateful that you're here. And I'd now like to introduce one of our very special staff people to talk about the puppy raising aspects of this. This is Becky Hine, our very own puppy program manager. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Sandra. I was wondering if they were going to stay and hang out with me. No, it's okay. I hang out with puppies all the time. Good afternoon. Welcome to the live puppy portion of the program. Today we have 38 wonderful dogs completing their journey with their amazing volunteer puppy raisers. So first, I'd like you to enjoy this slideshow documenting some of their puppyhood memories. So now it's time to honor these puppy raisers. I would like to invite the puppy raisers of matriculating dogs to line up alphabetically by dog to my left. As the puppy program manager for the Southwest Regional Center, I get to work with about 270 volunteer puppy raisers. These are individuals who selflessly signed up to raise a puppy with the hope that about 2 years later, the dog will become a full-fledged assistance dog. As you can imagine, it takes a very special person to sign up to do that. For the last year and a half, these puppy raisers have socialized the puppies, taught them obedience commands, and paid for all of their care and supplies. My best thoughts come on my drive home when my brain is still working over everything that happened that day at work. So the fact that puppy raisers give a dog so much love and care and then give the dog back to us to help someone they have never even met is always with me. So when my radio was blaring negative pieces of news at me the other day, I turned it off, and my thought was that there are so many good things happening that we don't even know about. Many are happening right here at Canine Companions. And I had this thought, if you want to see true beauty in the world, observe an act of kindness. I probably read it online, but hashtag Becky Hine quote. So, observe a puppy raiser handing over the dog that they love for a higher purpose. That is a true act of kindness. So thank you, puppy raisers, for this gift today, for an act of kindness that will brighten all of our days. Handing out our honorary rosettes today are Kathy and Sarah, representatives of the Julian and Vera Wells Foundation. And before we start our procession, I have just a few other puppy raisers to honor. We also would like to recognize Colbert II, who became a hearing dog. He was raised in the Southwest region by Tina Bertain, Ricky, and Elia of Peoria, Arizona. We also want to recognize hearing dog Fajita, who was raised by Deb Ferraro and Dorothy Wagemester of Vista, California. Congratulations. And the following dogs were selected for our breeding program and were raised at the Southwest region. Clementine V, raised by Susan and Caitlin Conroy of Huntington Beach, California. Phoenix V, raised by Angela Jackson Brunning of Costa Mesa and Mindy Hurd of Huntington Beach, California. Ressa IV, raised by Donna and Don Phipps of San Diego, California. And Ritzy, raised by Sue Schmitz of Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you all for your hard work. And now we'd like to recognize the matriculating class. First, we have AJ V, raised by the Kirsch and Kaufman family from Aurora, Colorado. This is the 15th puppy raised by the Hirsches and the 11th for the Kaufmans. We have Anda II, raised by Erin Daniels from Oceanside, California. This is the second puppy that she has raised. Next is Beignet, raised by Angela Jackson Brunning of Costa Mesa, and Mindy Hurd of Huntington Beach, California, the fourth puppy for Angela and the third for Mindy. Next, we have Butter, raised by Jennifer Higby of Mission Viejo, California. This is the 9th puppy that she has raised. Next up is Cricket III, raised by Devin James from Denver, Colorado. This is the first puppy that she has raised. Next is Espana, raised by Mark Connie and Maddie Ward from Poway, California. This is the 4th puppy they have raised. Next, we have Fancy the Fourth, raised by Linda Senishin from Temecula, California. This is the 3rd puppy that she has raised. Next up is Francisco III, raised by Jody and Savannah Glimps from Glendale, Arizona. This is the 1st puppy they have raised. Next is Gianna II, raised by Elizabeth Hall and Lori Montague from Riverside, California. This is the 1st puppy they have raised. Gilda V was raised by Jim and Gail Batchelor from Murrieta, California. This is the 16th puppy that they have raised. Harlow V was raised by Lisa and Bob Hartman from Escalante, Utah. This is the 3rd puppy that they have raised. Next is Adina II, raised by Jackie Tishka and Mike Schawning from San Diego, California. This is the first puppy they have raised. Iverson II was raised by Willie and Fraser Crawford from Phoenix, Arizona. This is puppy number 11. Jolly V was raised by Lauren Thomason from Fort Collins, Colorado, and the Collar Scholars Puppy Raising Club. This is the first puppy she has raised. Kauai was raised by Sherry Franklin of Encinitas and Ben Schwartz of Del Mar. This is the third puppy for Sherry and the seventh for Ben. Kyla was raised by Dan and Janice Flynn from Santee, California. This is the 22nd puppy they have raised. Legacy, the fourth, was raised by Stephen and Robin Hooper from Escondido, California. This is the first puppy that they have raised. Lolly, the fourth, was raised by Mary and Ray Siegel from Irvine, California. This is puppy number 5. Matcha was raised by Sandy and Chuck Mills from Louisville, or is it Louisville, Colorado. This is the first puppy they have raised. McTwist was raised by Mary Milton. Says, I like the stairs. McTwist was raised by Mary Milton and John Staley from La Jolla, California. This is the third puppy they have raised. Nikki II was raised by Mary and Dave Ellisberg from Denver, Colorado. This is the fourth puppy that they have raised. Norma IV was raised by Sandra Thiedemann and Tom Sandler from San Diego, California. This is puppy number 11. Nubbin was raised by Shalene Thomas from Frederick, Colorado, and the healthcare students at Regis University assisted. This is the first puppy that she has raised. Ozma was raised by Michael Geller from Moreno Valley, California. This is puppy number 7. Pippi the fifth was raised by Denise Quinn from Irvine, California. This is the 9th puppy that she has raised. Porsche II was raised by Dave and Susan Calvano from Monument, Colorado. This is puppy number 19. Watch out, don't get started, you can't stop. Rerun II was raised by Tim, Savannah, Jojo, and Jenna from Newport Beach, California. This is the 3rd puppy that they have raised. Rip was raised by Kelly and Ted Kapner from Arroyo Grande, California. This is the 1st puppy they have raised. And Rip is being presented by Stephanie Ruggeroni. Rosemary the 4th was raised by Gary and Stephanie Ruggeroni from San Luis Obispo, California. This is the 1st puppy that they have raised for Canine Companions. Shadow the 7th was raised by Kayla Branscombe from La Quinta, California. This is the 3rd puppy that she has raised. Skip the 2nd was raised by Gail Simpson from Winchester, California. This is puppy number 8. Van Etter was raised by Donna Hatch from Trabuco Canyon, California. This is the 2nd puppy that she has raised. V has already been turned in, but we want to honor Sandy and David Collinson from Littleton, Colorado. This is the 2nd puppy that they have raised. Winona the 3rd has also already been turned in by Chris and Jennifer Halstead from Aurora, Colorado. This is puppy number 12. Yadi was raised by Emma Stiers from Conway, Arkansas. This is the 1st puppy that she has raised. And she came the farthest. Yahara was raised by Joseph DeMarco from Scottsdale, Arizona. This is the 1st puppy that he has raised. Zero the 2nd was raised by Marianne and John McKiernan from Denver, Colorado. This is puppy number 12. And Zin was raised by Jenny, Bob, and Brooke Exley from Centennial, Colorado. This is also puppy number 12. Can you all please join me in a round of applause for all of our puppy raisers? our puppy raisers. And puppy sitters too. Yay. So the dogs that we just met are on to the next phase of their journey, professional training. After 6 to 9 months of training with a Canine Companions instructor, our hope is that each of these dogs goes on to serve a person that needs them. 2 weeks ago, 9 families joined us to be matched with their new assistance dog. Please join me in watching this video highlighting our newest graduate teams.
I'm John Paul. This is my dog Tucson. That's my mom Patrice. I call Tucson the Wonder Dog because he does many things very well. My joystick gets out of position, so we've been working on him pushing it back in, so he's been good at that. And when I had my other dog, she was good at getting people to talk to me, so I don't think Tucson's gonna have any problem taking over that job. But, you know, people come up and talk to you when you have a canine companion. He likes to snuggle up with me in bed, and he also, he has a good, he's an in-between dog. He can snuggle up in bed and throw a ball. So what more can you want from a dog?
Colton has Friedreich's ataxia, and it's a neuromuscular disease, and we anticipate that he might have more trouble walking in the future and possibly even be in a wheelchair. So we thought it would be a great idea to get him a skilled companion dog to assist him with small things and just be his buddy and cheer him up and give him some responsibility.
Very cuddly. He likes to sniff a lot. He likes food. Very food based. He's just a perfect dog in general.
I think some of the retrieve skills that he has, maybe some of the push skills that he has, because he's actually really good at the push stuff. Maybe some of the pull things in the future. I think in the immediate future, though, it'll just be more of a companion.
We are working at the National Children's Advocacy Center in Huntsville. Our advocacy center has a lot of different departments. However, Wilson will be working with the clinical and intervention department primarily. So Wilson will be helping child victims of child abuse. Sometimes that's child sexual abuse or physical abuse, or who have been exposed to traumatic events.
He is such a sweetheart. He's very calm, laid back. It's exactly the perfect personality for working with traumatized, anxious kids. One of the things that he will really be so helpful with is bringing that anxiousness down so that kids can talk and tell their experiences. I think the children that are going to be touched by this dog, their lives are going to be much better for it. It gives them a much better shot of healing and getting to a point of normalcy, and he's going to have a lot to do with that.
We work for the Department of Human Services in Clear Creek County, Colorado, doing child protection work mainly, and so Fergie will be working with us with our families and children who have experienced trauma. Probably the best skills that Fergie will bring to our agency is just her personality and her really calm demeanor. But we've learned a couple commands with her that we're really excited to use.
Some of the really fun ones are around go-to and just her ability to be present with kids and adults, to lay with them, sit with them, and she's really good at reading books, turning pages.
I think turning pages might be really good for our caseworkers to use with her when they're trying to engage a client initially prior to doing a forensic interview or having that child participate in possibly a court hearing or something that could be difficult to kind of draw the child out, and so having them do a fun activity with Fergie first I think will be really helpful in getting the child to do what they need to do later in the day.
We had no idea which dog they were going to pre-match us with because they had rotated a number of dogs, and we loved Samir, and it's a perfect match. He's just really good with Sam, as you can see.
They're my best dog friends.
So I think, what we've learned through team training are ways to teach new commands, and I can really see us teaching Samir some new commands that can help with activities of daily living, like tugging the laundry basket into Sam's room to help Sam become a little more independent and be involved in things that we do on a daily basis. So I think it's really going to help. Canine Companions for Independence is the perfect name because not only do I see it as being a great companion for Sam, but also giving him more independence as he gets older.
I am a school social worker at a school in Colorado for around 90 students between the ages of 3 and 21. I've been there for 4 years, and all of our students have an intellectual disability and are also impacted by medical disabilities and behavior needs. So when I was first pre-matched with Gregory last week, I felt a sense of rightness. My first interaction with him was when he crawled over to me, climbed into my lap, and took a nap. And I think that's just a great example of his overall temperament. He loves to cuddle, he's very chill, very low-key, and that's exactly what I'm looking for our school. I think all around Gregory is going to be a great support for our students. I think he's going to be overall just a great bridge and a great model for our students. So most of our students are nonverbal, and tasks that are very simple for us are very challenging for them. And so I think he would just help make things make sense, make things easier to access, and make them more relevant and applicable for our students. So I think he'll understand in things such as why we brush our hair will be made more relevant when I have them help brush his hair, and then they take their hairbrush and brush their hair.
I'm the Chief Operations Officer at the Gulf Coast Children's Advocacy Center and the Gulf Coast Sexual Assault Program. So we're a Children's Advocacy Center and an Adult Rape Crisis Center who serves victims of crime. We're a very unique agency and where we're really involved in prevention. We see about 11,000 kids in prevention work every year through a Child Safety Matters curriculum, which is all about the safety of their bodies and identifying safe adults. So we're definitely going to get him involved in helping kids pick safe adults and what that looks like. And obviously meeting clients that are coming to our facility and engaged in our services. And then the adults who have been survivors are sometimes a little difficult to engage with. And we really hope that having Voyager there will allow some clients that we haven't been able to engage with in the past really come for those key services like therapy. I really don't think they understand the impact that they're making, and to put dogs in facilities such as ours, you're not just serving a few clients, and we serve hundreds of clients a week, and we're constantly in the community. So at community events, those people who normally wouldn't walk up to our table because it says Rape Crisis Center or Adult Sexual Assault or Children's Advocacy Center, having Voyager present, even just to break down that initial barrier to get people, especially with adults who are dealing with things as adults where it happened when they were children. Those individuals are very hard to engage because they've been living with what they've had going on in their life for years and years and years, and it only just takes down a little barrier to get them to engage. And we know once we get them there and engaged in services, the transformation can be quite impactful, and he'll have the opportunity to do that daily, all day. And you know, it's not just a dog, it's an engagement piece for us.
We had worked with Padre a couple of times, and the fact that he was so patient really drew me to him and how sweet he was with Christopher. So when we were matched, I have to say I was almost in tears because it was just like so perfect. Padre is a very sweet, very chilled, very laid back dog, but he gets excited when ball comes around or any toys. So he just works very well with Christopher because he is very patient when we're walking, which sometimes we go fast, sometimes we go slow, and he's just been amazing. The minute you talk to anybody involved in CCI, you see their passion for the organization. But it goes so much further once you really get involved and see the love of these dogs and everything the puppy raisers do, the trainers do, the fundraising staff. It's just been an amazing experience.
Padre, good boy?
Yeah.
Yes. You love him?
Yes.
Are we going to take him home with us?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm an occupational therapist with Hippos and Fish Specialized Pediatric Therapy Services, and we offer therapy, occupational, speech, and physical therapy to children, teens, and young adults. Salsa is going to touch not only our clients, our staff, outside teachers, outside community workers. There are going to be hundreds of people that she come in contact with that she will forever change. I think what facility dogs do is they can change perceptions. In the past, when we had our first facility dog, what we noticed is that when we took her into the schools or took her into the public, that the perception changed when we were with our clients. And so it was normal. It was something that we were very approachable, and our kids loved to share their dog with others. And so it made them a little more confident to go into the community when that is a very scary thing usually. Without the puppy raisers, this wouldn't be possible. And so to them, just really say thank you. For donors, if you haven't given or you're in the process of thinking about, is this organization something that deserves your money? On behalf of what I do and the therapists that work with us and all the children and families we service, I want to tell you it is. It completely is. So please give, and if you are, thank you. Thank you so much for this.
Ooh, that's a tough act to follow. Good afternoon. My name is Lindsay Taylor, and I'm an instructor here at Canine Companions for Independence. I had the honor and pleasure of teaching this class along with fellow trainers Chelsea Calabria, Stephanie Yoakum, and training manager Chuck Dickinson. This means I also had the honor and absolute pleasure of training some of the most loving, gentle, and intelligent dogs for the past 6 months in preparation for this very day. The amount of joy, gratitude, and pride I feel for these dogs is indescribable, and I feel privileged to have had the opportunity to be a part of their journey. For those of you who don't know, team training is an intense 2-week course where students are matched with an assistance dog, which requires them to put their lives on hold and devote their time, energy, and effort into this exciting yet slightly exhausting journey. They have spent countless hours listening to lectures, taking quizzes, and most importantly, practicing skills. Over the past 2 weeks, these students have learned how to use over 40 commands with their new dogs. They have already come up with brilliant ways on how to best utilize these dogs to add years of independence, happiness, and companionship to the recipients' lives and the countless lives of the clients the facilities serve. The teams you are about to meet have transformed over the past 2 weeks into effective and successful working teams with their new Canine Companions assistance dogs. Watching the bond between human and dog grow so strong in the short span of 2 weeks has been nothing short of amazing. I can't wait to see what you all go on to do in the years to come in your new partnerships. On behalf of the Southwest instructional staff, thank you for the devotion and patience you have put forth over the past 2 weeks. I would now like to invite Stephanie Yoakum to the stage to present our new teams.
Thank you. I'm going to get something set up really quick. Okay. Without further ado, the first graduate I would like to introduce is JP with facilitator Patrice from Imperial Beach, California. JP is being placed with assistance dog Tucson II, a male yellow Labrador Retriever. Tucson is being presented by his puppy raisers, Mike Nolan and Colleen Farrell from Tehachapi, California. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Christopher with facilitators Barbara and Sonia from Tarpon Springs, Florida. Christopher is being placed with assistance dog Padre II, a male black lab golden cross. Padre is being presented by his puppy raiser Margarita Nelson from Chula Vista, California. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Sam with facilitators Tara and Dan from Ladera Ranch, California. Sam is being placed with assistance dog Samir III, a male yellow lab golden cross. Samir is being presented by his puppy raisers Jana O'Brien and Ray Salas from Clinton, Utah. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Colton with facilitators Tammy and Jeff from Littleton, Colorado. Colton is being placed with assistance dog Frosty II, a male yellow Labrador Retriever. Frosty is being presented by his puppy raiser Carol Ann Lopez from Colorado Springs, Colorado. The next graduate team I would like to introduce is Sarah with co-facilitator Sarah from Golden, Colorado. Sarah and Sarah are being placed with assistance dog Fergie III, a female black Labrador Retriever. Fergie is being presented by her puppy raisers Connie Delamater and Dan Rutledge from Ogden, Utah. The next graduate team I would like to introduce is Brent with co-facilitator Sonia from Panama City, Florida. Brent and Sonia are being placed with assistance dog Voyager II, a male yellow lab golden cross. Voyager is being presented by his puppy raiser, Pat Bird, from Denver, Colorado. The next graduate I would like to introduce is Jenna from Lakewood, Colorado. Jenna is being placed with assistance dog Gregory III, a male black lab golden cross. Gregory is being presented by his puppy raisers Jay Scrivener and Chris Nelson from Oceanside, California. The next graduate team I would like to introduce is Anne with co-facilitator Jana from Huntsville, Alabama. Anne and Jana are being placed with assistance dog Wilson VI, a male black lab golden cross. Wilson is being presented by his puppy raisers Linda and Shayna Dreyfus from San Diego, California. The final graduate I would like to introduce is Stacy from North Little Rock, Arkansas. Stacy is being placed with assistance dog Salsa, a female yellow lab golden cross. Salsa is being presented by her puppy raisers, the Fisher family from La Jolla, California. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our graduate speaker, Stacy.
Salsa, sit. Salsa, sit. Oh, good girl. Salsa, down. Down. Good girl. Well, hello. I'm going to try not to cry, but it's just going to happen. So get tissues. Let me get my pocket ready. Okay. All right. So good afternoon. I'm Stacy Alberson, and I'm honored to be the speaker of our graduating class of the team training for Canine Companions for Independence. As Lindsay was saying, that team training is for 2 weeks. It's an educational workshop where CCI professional instructors teach a class of adults and students with various professional and educational backgrounds. They teach us skills and how to be a good, respected leader. They have so many patients with us. The instructors will break down all of the skills so that we fully understand them completely. The days are long, and they're filled with multiple lectures, verbal repetitions, lots of verbal repetitions. For example, it may be harder than you think to correct a 3-syllable Southern down command. It's tough, yeah. We go on community outings to local stores, Lowe's, restaurants, and to the mall so that we can practice the skills that they taught us in a real life situation. we have physical demonstrations, and two that came to mind, carpet dog. So let me explain carpet dog. Carpet dog is a spool of carpet that they put a leash on, and whenever they introduce a new command to us, we practice on carpet dog, thank God, before we get our four-legged friends. So there are multiple corrections and motivations that we give carpet dog. The funny thing happens though, when they give us the leash, we suddenly forget that we're supposed to look up. Our eyes are on carpet dog and our arms go up. So this is our position. And we're waiting for carpet dog to do anything so that we can correct and make any necessary changes. So the very first thing that we're taught by our instructors are look up. Don't bump into anything. Get your head up and relax your arms down. Because something we learned is that our emotions travel down the leash. So after a lot of physical demonstrations, I got to say one more about a physical demonstration. Chuck had this wonderful idea of us talking to our water bottles. And so, picture this. We had to motivate our water bottle. Oh, good boy, you're so good. Look at you. Thank you for hydrating me. I mean, right? That taught us two big things. One, you got to get over yourself, because if you're the least bit nervous or uncomfortable with commands or motivation, your dog needs that. You have to go what your dog needs. And second, it's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it. So let's see, we had trainings, lots and lots of trainings, games, quizzes, homework every night. Fabulous volunteer lunches. So if you were out there doing our lunches, they were amazing. Taco bars, pasta bars, barbecue ribs. Thank you for that one. It was wonderful. We also had one of our own, Miss Sonia over there, who, if you were staying in the dorms at night, she made sure you did not go hungry. So we had homemade apple pie, we had crepes. We're going home 10 pounds heavier than when we arrived, that's for sure. But outside of that, we had community exams, we had written exams, many trial and errors. But as we learned from our very wise instructors, is that mistakes are learning opportunities. So we had many learning opportunities. Our graduating class represents 5 states: Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Colorado, and California. Our group is comprised in part by medical professionals such as first responders, nurses, occupational therapy, but we also had law enforcement, attorneys, counselors, social workers, psychologists, and students. To understand our adventures the past 2 weeks, we wanted to share small glimpses into a few of our teams. Our group is comprised of 4 skilled companion dog teams and 5 facility dog teams. Out of these 9 teams, 7 are here for their very first CCI team training. 2 of us are repeat offenders. We're here for our second dog. Our skilled companion dogs, their teams are comprised of parents and caregivers and young children and young adults. And they have some pretty amazing abilities. So we'd like to give a couple of examples. So Christopher is very quick with his walker. And he recently developed a new skill as being an escape artist. He's best known for straw blowing and class questions or comments. They always came around to one theme: I like to go swimming. And so we're really hoping that Padre is a swimmer when he goes home. Then there is Colton. Colton is a very quiet soul, but he's very smart. He never missed a lecture, and he knew every answer to the instructor's questions. So we were secretly trying to get him for our partner for the written exam, but it didn't work out that way. But he and Frosty would demonstrate the best cover. So he'd be on the beanbag, Frosty would come over, and they would just lay there and make it look so easy. It was not that easy. During the first week of training, we experienced what pure joy sounded like. And it was Sammy's laughter. So whenever Samir walked into the room and they had their time to bond, uncontrollable laughter, Sammy would put his head on Samir's head or his head on his belly, and it was just the sweetest moment. I think the best laugh, though, was when we were playing a motivational game, and Samir ran over to the family and to Sammy, and his face just lit up with pride. It was so sweet. JP, I didn't forget you. Last, but definitely not least, is Mr. John Paul. Many amazing qualities this man has, but I think he'll be best remembered for tell it like it is, enthusiastic, larger-than-life personality, and he could be heard across campus and all the dorm rooms by saying 2 phrases. JP, you want it? I love Tucson. He's the wonder dog, yeah. For sure. Along with these 4 skilled companion teams, we also had 5 facility dog teams, who we will all be serving children in our communities. Some of us will be inside courtrooms, counseling offices, doctor's visits, classrooms, and therapy centers. Although our place of service and our educational degrees all differ, there is going to be one thing that we all have the same goal. And that is when we use our skilled 4-legged friend in our sessions, we are going to, number 1, build trust. And then we're going to support that client's needs. And then together, we're going to help them find their intrinsic motivation so that they can learn new activities and have a fuller life. During this 2-week team training, most of us left behind spouses, children, other family members, job duties, and businesses. And some people ask, why would you travel so far just to get a dog? Our answer is easy. Canine Companions for Independence is simply the best at what they do. Their entire program is centered around our needs as well as the needs of the dog. And what they do is just absolutely artistic when they bring the 2 together and they teach us how to work the very best in that role. I'm almost there. In closing, we would like to assure our instructors, Chuck, Lindsay, Chelsea, Stephanie, and all the staff at CCI, we will always remember to look up, put our hands down, because those emotions travel down the leash. We truly are grateful for this experience and your trust in our abilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Congratulations again to the 9 teams who are receiving the gift of independence today. And thank you to everyone in the Canine Companions community who played a role in today's celebration. I hope all of you have been inspired by our joyful mission. Please remember to stop by the Canine Companions information table in the main entrance, to find out all of the ways you can connect with Canine Companions. We also cordially invite you to stop by our campus in Oceanside for our next public tour on May 16th at 1:30 p.m. A huge thank you to the Contemporary Women of North County and Janice Flynn for supplying today's dessert reception.